Will anybody ever love me?
When is Jesus coming back?
Why doesn't the earth fall down?
Why is my father naked?
So I'm actually pleasantly surprised at Microsoft's decision. I would have never guessed in a million years that they would actually listen to their audience and change things, especially this late in the game. I know people are saying, oh, it's too little too late, but really it's never too late to change something except, when it's already been built. And for them, I think that's going to cost them a lot of moolah and time spent, but I think it's a good decision. I think it's a good change, and I'm very happy that they listened. In terms of whether or not I'm going to buy one, the answer is still no, unfortunately. I like to play video games, obviously, and the games that are offered on the Xbox One don't really appeal to me. The ones that do, I can wait much later for, or they're coming out to PC anyway. So right now I'm riding the PS4 train and perhaps the Wii U train, and the Xbox One is just not, it's still at the bottom of the ladder. Although I am happy they made those changes, I don't really necessarily feel like I need an Xbox One anytime soon.
No, we shouldn't be excited because it's still going to be a console that's $100 more for a Kinect that's vaguely creepy, as well as a paywall service that doesn't really actually benefit the consumer. All it does really is detract from anybody who wants to get online who may not afford that kind of money. And frankly, I don't really have any excitement for the Xbox One still. In fact, it kind of pissed me off even more when they did that, because they made some really bold moves and claims, saying that everything was going to be on the cloud and it would make things better, and then they turned around and completely changed what they said, and it just showed no backbone. It showed no real trust in their own product, and that's really damning, in my opinion.
I'm happy to see the changes that Microsoft made in concerns to their used games policy, but I have a feeling that I really want to see how those changes actually are really enforced in the real world, which means waiting for the console to come out. The restrictions that Microsoft kind of talked about, they've kind of backpedaled on some of them, but I think once we start seeing people use the consoles, they'll poke about, and then we'll really see what the reality of the situation is. There's a lot of disinformation going about, and it's really hard to get a solid picture of what the final Xbox One policies will be. I'm primarily a PC guy, as everyone knows, so I was never in any rush to buy the Xbox One at launch. Same goes for the PS4, to be honest. So I'm much happier to sit here, let the consoles come out, let you guys bite the bullet first and see how those consoles actually work.
Absolutely, of course I am. But I think I'm also in the camp of people that thought that shouldn't have had a chance of happening in the first place. To me, it's kind of like if a friend had a hit put out on you, and you found out about it, and all of a sudden he backpedaled, took it back, took away the hit, and said, "Oh, dude, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I swear it'll never happen again." It doesn't change the fact that he tried to murder you. Regardless, it won't sway my decision in buying the Xbox One. To me, it's all about the games. As soon as there were some exclusives that were going to come out for it that I wanted, I'll buy the system. That's really where it's at. It's the games. That's where it is.
So I really cannot believe they did this. I did not think in a million years Microsoft would ever back down. Not at that point in the game, not after E3, for crying out loud. But apparently they were feeling the pressure. I don't know when they decided to reverse in such a big way, but they did, and of course I'm happy for it. Why would I not be? There seems to be this small minority that is disappointed we're kind of staying in the same realm for consoles, and I can kind of sympathize with that. I think I would have rather Microsoft backpedaled on the DRM but not taken away all of some of the cooler features. Like the game sharing is obviously one that people are sad that we're not going to get. Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I'm thankful we dodged that bullet in the way we did, and I wish Microsoft just wouldn't have been so gung-ho, and I wish they hadn't tried to jump ahead so far when the world is, and gamers in general just are not ready for the proposition they are putting forth. We don't have the infrastructure for that kind of online system. But all that said, I'm still not getting an Xbox One anytime soon, but between Wii U and PS4, that'll probably be the last one I get. Even though they made these changes, they need better games. Games I am personally interested in, and they don't have them.